Because yeah. Introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Dracula O from Crooklyn, New York.
Okay.
And I am 107 years old. And I'm New York's answer to the rest of the world.
Well,
yes.
Welcome back
Yes,
on a daily
thank
basis.
you.
Like you're not asleep 24/7,
No,
right?
not
Okay,
only,
you get your
only
rest.
on my casket, only a couple hours I get. And I got it in my bedroom. That's a real fact. That's a
You
Snapple
have
fact.
a casket in your bedroom?
Yes, I have a Snapple.
Wow.
I mean, a morbid curiosity to the world that I've loved and known since an early age, that I've been so attracted to. And I don't know. I mean, in my house, I've been 14 years. Yo, Mel. And yeah, it's, I mean, that's just me. Dracula O in the flesh.
Okay.
Yes. Like it's a dog parade. I don't know.
You really do have a casket in your house?
Yes. I have a casket in my room.
Okay. Do you sleep in it?
Sometimes, or I read books in it, but it's not comfortable. It's like an army cot.
Well, you know, for you to say that it's not, I like.
You think forever rest? I'd be pissed.
I'd
be a ghost. I'm gonna haunt somebody if they give me some casket that don't fit my back right.
The thing in my life, I like contrasts.
Yes.
And to hear you say you have a casket and you sleep in it, but at the same time, like, because you're just comfortable doing it.
Yes.
But at the same time, you're like, but it's quite uncomfortable because I can't stretch. Right? So
I got a
I
bad
see
back.
the duality of your acceptance and expression of death, the afterlife, and still your appreciation from living in it.
Well, I love life, and death and life are the same thing. I feel it's an equal part. So there's beauty in everything, in a sense. And I just have, I've since I was a little kid, growing up, going to funerals in New York, and having friends at an early age who passed on, and family members and people I love. So to witness and to have elders tell me, listen, they've never gone. That energy, they'll always be with you. There's such a thing as stuck with me, and it's real.
Well, yeah, I do
Visions
believe in
of
that.
people, and
Exactly.
people come to me, and I think in my house alone, I got 9 ghosts who roam around, but we're at peace with each other. So it's not a haunting; it's just, you know, spirits and stuff. So
I relate to
and
it.
definitely people in my life who I love come in now and come in dreams and come to me, and I have my third eye is always open, and I have what they say, the light, with certain people you can touch out to people in a different realm. Something that how are you?
I share some of
Are you a Pisces?
your no Scorpio.
Oh, Scorpio.
But let's just say Black and Afro-Latino.
Yes.
We come from
our
that
descent,
background.
but that got destroyed by a 500, 600,
Yeah.
with the cross to make us not have that power anymore. But now I'm glad that we're in an age of 2021 where brown, black, and people from our backgrounds and descents are getting that and touching out to those and opening up more of the third eye, and we're getting more spiritual, which is beautiful.
Can I make a relation to you in spirits and how I function with
Yes.
them? I'm not as in tune as you are, but I'm definitely aware. And I've had the 3 strongest examples. Hey, how you doing?
Why?
All right.
I'll do an interview, but you come
Go
sit,
ahead.
yeah, come
I'm-
sit on this side.
I'm not gonna come out on TV.
I'll let you
I don't
sit
want to
in
be on
front of the
TV.
camera.
I got my stuff hanging out. Yeah, we're hanging out.
But just to give an example of me being aware of them,
Right.
the very most recent time is, I think, 2008. I'd woken up from a coma and I was really
Wow.
depressed because I had lost a lot of my memory. I couldn't do stuff.
Overnight, or just like developed over years?
No, I woke up from a coma with full-blown dementia. It's not a development. So I went from being able to remember names and everything didactically,
Right.
vast amounts of information, to not being able to remember what I did from moment to moment. So I'm laying in my bed, I'm quite depressed, and this was daytime, and I'm half drifting into sleep, half napping, and as I'm looking towards my window, I see 3 pink silhouettes.
Oh, wow.
And I just instantly, it wasn't scary, I instantly took it as whoever my spirit guides are. And I just turned around and I actually had a very good nap. So I do relate to the spirit
Right.
world. I mean, when my mom passed, right? And me and my brothers, we spoke about this. My mom hadn't been in my apartment for years after she passed, but one day all of a sudden I'm smelling her perfume like
Came back to
like
you.
I have allergies or something. Like it was almost overwhelming. So I definitely do relate to it.
That's beautiful. Especially when they come back to you in a different line. Even from a
I
smell.
believe in that.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
I
it comes.
believe in that.
It's real energy, and when
And like they
someone
watch
you
it
love.
over, it's not like what they know.
Yeah.
You understand?
Okay, we're gonna read one.
Yeah, pick a quote.
All right, all right. Yeah, we'll be here. Scals, what's up, my brother? You looking all good?
Whatever quote hits you.
Yes. There was one in the beginning. Scals, you gotta do this too.
I gotta do this.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Do you want to do this?
Sure, I'm just a little bit of agony, that's
I think I'm coming.
Since I am a novice and I would like to have control of what I'm able to control digitally, would you? You know what? We'll do one at a time.
Wait, so we're reading the bottoms too?
Yeah.
'Cause this one stuck to me. I don't know why.
Go ahead. Read it out loud.
Okay. What's that? Before I start reading that, I want to know. I'm like,
Commingling.
commingling. Complexions? Commingling, okay.
Completion.
Completions. I gotta go back to school. You alright?
Yeah, no, I went to Pyramid Club with,
Where? The same spot?
nah, they moved, but
How was it? Good last night?
it's good. The crowd is weird, but
Alright, well, I gotta come out dancing before I go on tour.
for sure, dude.
Yeah, I
Say
gotta
your
come
name
back.
again for me?
I'm right back.
Yeah, it's Dracula O.
Dracula O.
Yeah, in the flesh. Yes. What's up, brother?
Hey, how are you?
Good, man.
How do you spell it? Because you might have a.
Dracula. Oh. Hey, buddy.
Go ahead, Dracula.
Oh,
Oh.
yes.
And what page is the number?
6.
Page 6. Also, let me have your email so
Yes,
this way I can
it's,
send it to you.
1-800-POSSESSED. That's my clothing company. Look, my clothing company, my shirts and all my stuff.
Okay.
At
POSSED at
gmail.com. POSSESSED.
POSS. Oh,
Yeah, possess.
POSSESSED
ED. At gmail.
at gmail.com.
Yes, sir. Pronouns? Yes.
No. Oh yeah, mail.
Okay.
Him.
I never know any.
I'm new
But I
to
always-
it. I'm new to
Me
it.
too. I'm getting hip to it because I didn't know. I didn't
know.
know about it. You know, as much, and I've been learning the last 5-6 years and stuff.
I learned about it really because I was in social work most of my professional life, and when I went to do an internship at Exponents, which is LGBTQ
Yeah, yeah.
and all of that,
Yeah.
that's when I learned about it. I didn't even learn
See, I
about
learned about
that.
that like 20 years ago. But I mean, I've always had people who are in my family gay, and lesbians, and
Well, here I am, gay, but I didn't
Yeah.
grow up in the gay community, so I didn't
Yeah.
understand all of that stuff. Let's just say I'm vanilla heterosexual, vanilla homosexual.
I say I'm
you know.
crooked cis.
Okay. Explain that, please.
I always say crooked cis when people ask me. I'm like a crooked cis. I don't know. I mean, crooked cis is. I don't know. I'm not.
This is correct, right?
Yes, I don't think a concept of me, because I could be attracted to men or women or whoever or whatever the fuck I want. I never. So I always tell people I'm crooked cis, and they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, I like whoever I want.
I say it like this because I find men and women attractive.
Yes,
And I
same.
went through my phases, heterosexual, bisexual, this,
Right.
that. I still find a woman gorgeous. I just
Yes.
don't feel sexually
Sexually
attracted.
attracted, yes.
And everyone wants to micro label everything now, and I'm like, that doesn't leave you
Yeah.
any room to,
Just love what you want.
explore or anything.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay,
read.
so this is it. Page 6. Humans and the universe complete, an oxymoron yet finished. What was it? Commingling? What was it? Complexions?
Completions.
Completions. Commingling, completions, therefore, hence.
Can you respond to that? Do you want to go general or do you want to go straight into spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical?
I feel like this is. I mean, I don't know why this one called me out. Finish. Humans are and the universe complete, and an oxymoron yet finished. Now, an oxymoron is more in a sense of something that, like, almost compelling itself to it, right?
No. It's
oxymoron?
actually the opposite. An oxymoron is something that does not make sense. Like, oh, James, I wish I had a dictionary.
Like me, like I honestly, in the music careers I've had, I've always used to say, wow, that person's an oxymoron because they're wearing an anarchy badge and they're eating fucking McDonald's.
Okay, it does make sense. Like, let's say
That's
a
an
Muslim,
oxymoron.
like a Muslim who eats pork.
Pork.
Yeah,
That's an oxymoron,
yeah,
right?
That's an example.
So, but it contradicts itself. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
There's a concept of that. So, like, I always said that when I would see people like who are, or supporting bars and drinking, but yet have political terms of who they are and animal rights, but not knowing that Budweiser supports wars overseas.
Mm-hmm.
So I always thought that was an oxymoron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely. But you yourself, how do you respond to that quote spiritually?
Okay, spiritually, humans and the universe.
Ooh, and I just thought of something from when we first met. I don't know if you're gonna say that.
I said that we can. I mean,
you give your own
yes,
response.
Humans and the universe complete. Now, humans in the universe, I feel we are so displaced of what really is the reality of our universe and what we are as human beings. Not only in a sense of where we're coming from as these beings on this planet, but also a place where our heart and souls and what God is and universal and entitled in us. And Mother Nature as the God, I think, and gods of this world and spirits that sit among us.
So that's your general expression of spirituality.
Yeah, spiritual.
How do you relate
to an oxymoron?
Yes.
To an oxymoron ghost? It's someone who's condemned and doesn't want to be a ghost, but now has to walk the earth for the rest of eternity.
Purgatory.
Purgatory, but
spiritual purgatory.
Imagine the purgatory is something that you hated, and that's your personal hell now.
Wow, that's a strong spiritual purgatory.
Yes, that's a purgatory, yes. So I feel that in mind. But this just, I don't know, this just picked me out of here.
No, I was loving this one.
Yeah.
What about emotionally?
Emotionally, it's almost, this is a sad part. I feel like this is someone who it could be anything that has a part of it taken away from you. And it's trying to get back to that, and it'll walk the earth for eternity just to have that emotion that'll sit with it.
Is that where the disconnect comes from,
yeah,
of you not being finished?
Yes.
Mm.
I think a place where not being finished is to relate to that emotion of not finishing something, but also holding on to something. Like when a mother loses a child, it sits with them, it takes a part of their heart. Or you lose your father or mother or brother or a partner, and there's something that cuts out. Or you lose a valuable ring that gets torn off of you, or you lose something that's just fitting to you for your whole life. Good afternoon.
Yes. So it just stays on your mind.
Yes, and that's
and physically?
And physically it's draining.
So it's just mentally and physically draining.
It's just a falling part, universal, of that trying not to drown, and you drown in these emotions that'll always sit on you, I think. Yeah.
What does it look like physically you drained in that
It looks
concept?
like black oil that sits on you that's really sticky, and it sits on you and it pulls at your skin, and when you pull, you take off your flesh in a sense, and it rips you like venom suit, and it pulls at you like shards of glass that sit on you. Oh, sorry.
No problem. In my layman's terms, so I can get, you're saying that you actually, from the emotional trigger, you actually feel it physically, like.
Yeah. Well, it's like when you have like as myself, I you know, like since I was a kid, I've battled with having bipolar disorder, and my family has like, you know, people with schizophrenia, and I'm manic depressed, so sitting on you in a way that it tears you apart. But not only, even if you're in a good mood, but takes you to that emotional part of a roller coaster where it's like you don't know where you're coming back from and when you're coming back from that. And it sits on you really heavy, and it just makes you feel unreal that no one in the rest of this world could ever relate to.
These diagnoses that you're bringing up, I first of all did not expect, and I'm hearing you relate them as you are trying to heal through the torture that they bring to you. Not because I was right there physical, but
Well, personal hell.
yeah, it's a personal hell that you
I wrote a song
deal with
called Personal Hell
emotionally and
in
mentally.
my band Blue Anxiety. I'm plugging it.
Right.
On Play Dead, Tuck State Records.
But your interpretation
Yes,
of this is
yes,
helping you manage it?
Yes, this has been, and honestly, facing it has been the fight and getting to a point where I cleaned out alcohol out of my system, not enabling the fire and gasoline to it, and basically treating myself over the last 10 years and been in a place where I've never been any happier. But to get to that place, to clear my mind, to get to my third eye and my sanctuary in this world, it was a struggle. And it goes back to my ancestors of being, just Taino, my background, Taino, Puerto Rican, and having that, my ancestors touching out to my elders and having that energy of, pretty much a thing of, I always relate to slavery that happened and emotionally traumatic that comes over. I think when you have a bloodline, trauma sits and creates, and it goes over and over and over. Because energy you never lose, energy never disappears.
Yeah.
So it stays with us for eternity and into our children's children and our bloodline of cousins.
You're making me think of critical race theory.
Yeah, so it goes back to when our first, whoever we came from, what happened with them. And I think we're relating that trauma now and trying to get to that point of clearing our heads. I don't.
Meaning, okay, so, wow. So humans in the universe are in. Wow, I get you.
I think this is why I think it sat better with me in number 6.
Thank you.
And this is beautiful.
Thank you. You can close up and put it down. And yes, life, I don't have the answers you do. I'm still here.
Answers, I don't know if we'll ever have, but it's a beautiful ride to eternity.
Wow.
And humans to get, we have to get to a place of being humane again. I think we got lost with religion, wars, money. We got blinded by certain things, which is fine. We can have those materialistic things, but not forgetting who we are and having that love for ourselves and not feeling we're being selfish. I think that's a problem that gets between us and the rest of the world and Mother Nature, is we feel we get self-absorbed and we can't take away. But some people do get self-absorbed and they stay away. It's just completing ourselves from being equal. Equality is important, I think, too, with the rest of the world. Who we are, what animal, it's an equal part of energy.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I hope that was good.
Bro, you fed me. It's more than I expected. You fed me personally. Forget my project.
I want to read the book.
But you
I'm over here reading.
gave 11